Yo, it's DaBLackKing, and welcome back. Welcome back to DaBLackKing Plays Final Fantasy 7. And finally, we are back. Finally, officially, not that we weren't officially, but the three-parters to the intro, the return. But this is the fourth one, and this is still part 10. And this will be take 4 because it's not like, well, let me explain something here. It's not like we're reshooting it or anything, but because I intend to play the game now. I did that as a way to return it, and because I wanted to go ahead and show off because I felt that it was necessary. Because there were enemy skills that I hadn't shown off, and speaking of that, I need to go over some things anyway, since I didn't actually go over, but if you've already seen it on the BitChute channel, do yourself a favor and ignore this. And if not, well, take a hold of it because I'm going to go ahead and go over it anyway. And, like I said, there's that. Also, yeah, I don't turn down subs. I won't reject them. I'm not going to be against it if I get subs. I'm not going to against it if I get likes or views, which I would appreciate the views and likes and the subscriptions. And this isn't me just generally asking for subs, likes, or views. This is me just saying I would appreciate it because it helps with the content. It helps it grow. And I forgot to mention as well in the description to, please feel free to share this with your friends, so we can get the views up there. Again, I'm not going to generally ask for subscribers, nor am I going to generally ask for money, likes, or views, but it would be, actually I do ask for views. Actually, I'm going to ask for that right now. I would appreciate it if I got views. I mean, I take that back. I will generally ask for views, but nothing beyond that. But again, the reason I feel that subscribing is twofold is because, for one, yes, it does help my content grow. Notification bells, to be fair, really doesn't. I didn't really want to keep on typing out there in the description, and I had a whole lot to say, but notification bells don't really help it grow. I mean, unless, of course, it's helping to so that you know to let your friends know, which really doesn't, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, getting in my way, you crazy. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, I had to take care of something there. Anyway. I don't typically like to make videos, but what the hell? Why not? I'll make one more video after this. But before I continue on, I want to explain something here. I mentioned this before, but it's been several videos since I've even talked about it. I mean, several videos. And the difference is I'm not going to explain all of what I went into before and all that. But if you want to know more, check out that video. And I don't remember what video that was. Like I said before, and even in my description, even though that not every one of them don't say it. But yeah, check out all my videos. I do recommend them, even though that this is a little bit of a background story anyway. And I don't always talk about them either. I think they're pretty good. I'm proud of them, and they were good, and they had a good setup for their time. But again, I no longer am set up that way. I say again because I don't think I've even mentioned it in my videos. I don't remember if I said it on BitChute, but yeah. They were good for their time. Yeah, they were. And I'm no longer set up that way. Even though that I'm on mobile right now, which I do intend to get back into PC. It's still going to take time, but right now, I'm not going to let that affect me. In fact, that would not be the thing that would affect me from doing recording right now. I mean, except for the part of being able to record, if I can even speak, record on PC. That's the only thing that would affect. Otherwise, it doesn't affect me recording in general, just to re-record, period. It's just, the kind of way that, like, to record on PC. But as far as this goes, yeah. I will continue to record as much as I am able to, and record as many videos as I am able to. And the reason I might be doing this is because I've seen someone else trying to compete with me, like their content is more, and because they're catching up, and that's not good. Now, it's not, okay, I'm going to be very fair here. Okay, just hear me out. Alright? Fine, go. See if I care. But if you're still here, thank you. Because I'm going to tell you, don't get me wrong, I'm glad people are wanting to do this, but the thing of it is, I've noticed this trend, like, because, alright, Final Fantasy 7, the actual true remake, because they actually said that there was a remake, but it wasn't really a remake. All they did was basically added the HD to it. And it was basically like a mod, and if you really want that, you might as well just go to a PC version, and there is a PC version, and you can even get a mod where it's even way more smoother, and then there's even mods with that. I'm not doing that. I haven't played those yet. And I probably won't. Not to say I won't check them out sometime, but, I've been meaning to check out the demo, but I don't know if I'm ever going to have the time to do it. So I want to get this game rolling, and I've been trying to. And the reason I even say upload as much as possible and record as much as possible, it all depends on what the hell is going on. If I'm super busy, or if I've got pain, I'm sick, or if I just miss out and I go to sleep, then yeah, I'm not going to be able to record. And I'll be less missing out. And yeah, I hate to do it with so little videos. Again, I don't care if I run out of update videos, because those hardly matter to me. I mean, they matter to me about what I say, but as far as me, like, having a big old backlog of that, hell no. To me, that's not worthwhile. The only thing worthwhile about it is just, like, if I make a few videos here and there, which is, like, every once in a blue moon. I mean, not to say I don't update here. But yeah, I mean, to have just a general video where I don't really mention this often enough, but where I'm just like, well, although it would be without gameplay footage, I don't really mention it, but I don't really see the use of it because I don't think about it, to be fair. But like what Kikoski says in his videos, there's nothing in the background. So that you can focus on whatever you're doing and all at the same time listen to me. So, and even though I don't like them very long either, and that's another reason I don't care for them, because a lot of times they tend to be way too long. I don't like videos like that. Now, gameplay footage, I let it slip. I don't like to have it for about an hour because it just doesn't seem to be... I can't get enough people to be interested in it for an hour. I can get about like 30 minutes or close to. And most of the time, yeah, people will watch if it's like that. And again, I'm not gonna... Oh, that's right, I was explaining something else, but I forgot. Anyway, the YT Studios, which is YouTube Studios, this is an app. You can actually do it. You don't need it if you're using a PC, but, whatever. What you do is you would normally just go in there and tell them, yeah, it's not for kids. Because, yeah, it's not for kids, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I'm just saying, though, that, okay, with that being said, then I'm going to wait till after I get these done and then start posting up there. Maybe after the second video. But anyway, let's get on with the game. So, yeah, and... yeah, so last time I was catching you up and, let it kind of do this thing. I didn't do my normal, intro. Yo, it's DaBLackKing, in the house of Let's Plays. Even though I don't always say it like that, but either way, it's still an intro. And, because my name is DaBLackKing. I could also say that. I mean, for an intro. There's not really a good, solid, perfect way, unfortunately, to make a good intro. It's like, would be considered better, or better enough to grab attention more than someone else's. Not that I really care about that, because generally, I mean, the only thing I want to grab attention of, and that's, from my content, not to me. I don't care about that, but I mean, it would be nice if people cared about what I, had to put, because this is more from my point of view. And, I happen to do this not just because that I got into LPing, not just because someone else was doing it. No. I got into it. I'm answering another question that was done by Circana1. Because I got into it. Let me just explain something to you. I really didn't have much of a plan on that. I just went with it when this is how it happened. I thought about it, debated it before I even got into it. And when I had a computer, this is back when the time when my mom was in the hospital at one time. Not before another time that let's just not talk about, because if you want to know about that, check about another video a while back if you want to know about the full story about what happened there, because, yeah, that was kind of bad. But either way, yeah, needless to say, I'm going to cut to the chase there that I saved someone's life. Not that I wouldn't do it again, I just wouldn't do it in the same kind of aspect ratio, or rather, basically, in the same way I just did there. No way. Anyway, so, anyhow, I had a computer. It was actually hers, and she let me borrow it. It was a crappy piece of equipment, and I believe, well, no, I couldn't use it for emulation, but I didn't even do emulation at the time. I had done it off the actual console. My very first one was Final Fantasy 7, and it was actually off a legit console on a legit TV screen. And even though it was actually PS2, but that doesn't really matter. And that's for my first time I actually ever played, if you can't tell. That's why I had a playlist, even though I deleted it. I didn't delete the videos. I put that in with my other playthrough, because I felt that I didn't want to let it get buried. So I wanted to put it all in there, even though there's like somewhat much more than I thought there was. Anyhow, yeah, I didn't realize I had so many parts and so many chapters. It's quite a lot of videos, but needless to say, I'm very proud of it. It didn't last for very long. I had to start all over. I've said this numerous times. And at that time, if I'm not mistaken, my third CD, which, yes, you have to have 3 CDs, but in order to play the game, but you don't, unlike emulator, which I never did understand this. Let me explain something to you. You actually have to, I don't know about the newer updates since for mobile or anything, because I've noticed a little bit of a different trend since I've gotten, like this other game I got on there, another one, although they are different games, but anyway, yeah, I haven't had to worry about having a second disc. I don't know, it could be because something, I don't know, but all I know is that with Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, you actually have to have all the discs. Which, if you don't know, the first one in the entire saga to come up with 3 discs was Final Fantasy 7. And they were the only one exclusively to have 3 discs. The next one, which it only lasted up to 9, that's it, 4 discs. 4 discs for Final Fantasy 8, 4 discs for 9. I don't know what the exact deal with that was, but I can tell you this much, because, I mean, without looking it up and telling you everything, it's not to say I wouldn't look it up, it's just, I can tell you that from what I've seen, I haven't seen everything, because I've said before, I don't go out of my way to watch things, but yeah, to spoil myself. Unlike when I did with Suikoden, because I kind of had no choice because of the 100 Stars of Destiny. Even though I pretty much knew about some of them, it was just, not every one of them. A lot of them I couldn't figure out worth a doggone to save my own life how to do that. Just to recruit them. But anyway, what was I talking about now? I forgot. But anyway, so let's go over this material here. Yeah, I've got him set up right now with that. So, if I remember correctly, I think you have it. Nope, you do not. Okay, maybe it's, see, I kind of have these guys a little bit more set up than that. And, okay, nobody has any skill. Oh, there it is. Actually, it's not really good to have it on him. Right now it's going to be on him for the moment. I'm going to take out that out of him. But either way, okay, this is what we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I could only have more than that, but whatever. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if you want to see them, I showed it off on BitChute. The last two ones, which the first one was again Death Sentence, and the last one was Magic Hammer. I didn't actually call it Magic Hammer, but I called it Hammer. I probably should have split that up, but I figured I would go ahead and do it. It was the first time going to after I rescued her and all that. And the way they had it set up was crazy. So anyway, I'm gonna meet you to where we need to be at, and we're gonna start the whole endeavor of where I'm gonna go to a few places. One of them we've already been to, another place we've already been to as well. But I don't remember if I've ever done this on the official playthroughs that actually have more videos, I should say, of the game. Back when I was doing it on PC and other mobile versions. Mobile time. I mean, anyway. So, yeah, I don't remember. I just know that we've been there. I doubt I even did it this way. For the pagoda. Because all the times that I've ever played this, it has to be said, I don't remember, but I do know that I didn't do it that way. I might have used Big Guard, but not like this. No. Anyway, later. I'll tell you, I mean, it's a shame they don't have chocobo tracks up here. Make it a little bit more easier to get to this navigation of this field here. But, because there are enemies now. I mean, there's enemies I was having trouble with. I actually had 2 of them. But the other one, they're just as a pain in the butt. These ones here are still a little bit of pain, but not as bad since I've gotten stronger. And that was through a bunch of grinding. I mean, that took me, God, I don't know how long. Especially with fast speed, because I had to grow up to in barrier, wait till I got up to reflect. I mean, like I tried to explain before, oh my god, that took so long. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I was doing it through battles and more specifically on ground, but a lot of it, majority became with the same one that gave me the Descendants, which is the Amatine. I thought it was an Amatoids, but whatever. Anyway, see you later. I mean, not see you later. I mean, see you momentarily. Okay. Okay. These guys can be somewhat nudgeable, but they are a pain. And it's because of how much damage they can do. A lot more... see, with fast speed, like with those other enemies I was having problems with, they're a little bit more manageable than these are on fast speed. And yeah, these guys can kill you. They can even kill you on normal speed, but yeah, it's only because of their annoying. It's not to say that they aren't easy enough to take down, but yeah, these would be the little pests that are hard right now, even at my current stage right now of strength, I guess. Even though my level's pretty much up there, which, you know, whatever, I guess doesn't mean anything. Alright, later. Yeah, that guy right there on the ground is what I was talking about. Yeah, a little bit more manageable. That's the one you've seen before. Anyway, later. Okay, this is another reason why these enemies are annoying, because I can put you in a pincer attack. God. So I might as well just show this off real quick. And by the way, I call him Leviathan. I always call him Leviathan, but the actual technical term for him, if they call him, is Leviathan. But anyway. I've seen this in a video, though, and I wasn't actually trying to look. I just kind of to spoil myself in anything, but I kind of saw something that was going on because I was kind of interested in the video. And a certain someone, 4A Productions, actually had death blow on someone who doesn't have a gun. I say it's more effective on someone who has a gun, whether it's Barrett or Vincent, because they have guns. Even though Barrett's a gun arm, he still has a gun aspect. Even though that, okay, if you put like any other weapons on him, that's on his arms and stuff, it doesn't really. It can still kind of do a bit more damage for death blow, but it's more effective if it's guns, because the guns have more of effective range to do death blow, and that's another reason why you want a combination with long range, especially with those kind of characters. Now, it's kind of sad that Sid is sort of like a Dragoon character, but he's not. But he's like also kind of not really, because he doesn't have the capability to jump. And the reason I say a Dragoon capability is because he has a lance. So you might see sort of, but like, I don't know, 1.2% ratio of being a Dragoon because he has a lance. Otherwise, he's not that, because he doesn't have what like any Dragoon would ever do. You know, especially because he uses dynamite. And I wouldn't say it's because he swears. Who cares about that? It doesn't really matter. But, you know, Dragoons are not, you know, known to use dynamite. Of course, they've had to, but not like that. They don't even use what he does. I mean, he does kind of use attacks like a Dragoon, but he's still not a Dragoon. And by the way, this monster is not always that effective against enemies. I did not notice that until I was playing through it a little bit with this guy. I mean, not monster, but this summoning GF, Guardian Force, whatever. It's referred to quite a lot of names, but they're still like monsters. The difference is they're on your side. So anyway, wow, look at that. We finally got an X potion, which is very rare, and I didn't even get to use it. Also, I should tell you that the reason why you're seeing this up here is because I thought I would have to use X potions, an elixir, a turbo ether or two, probably a couple elixirs. Probably had to use hyper so that, I didn't know, against the boss. It was not that hard to do once I had pretty much bio on him, and once he's being attacked so much, it's pretty not that hard at all. Well, the boss, I mean, of course, the one that would go with the last final person you actually fought to fight. So in any case, yeah, I also thought I had to use ethers. That's why I had it at 99, and I bought like I went ahead and maxed it out to 99 high potions because I thought I was going to be having to use that, and that was because of that. And see, the thing is, it doesn't do any good to put. I forgot to mention this as well. Like to put cover material on your feet during any one of those fights, nor anything like your vibe spells. It's not even a good idea to even use the Phoenix down on her, because once she's gone, she's gone. That's it. There's no more. You have to either start all over at a save file, or basically just make it. And the counterattack does work, or just like but the thing is, not everything is also worth even bothering for, like what do you call it? Stealing. Stealing does not work, but like I said before, all you can do is just, if you don't know, try it out for yourself, but make sure you have like a save file somewhere so that you're not having to waste time, because, even though I didn't know this at the time, or hadn't really been paying attention, you can still get a little bit of AP, but it's a lot more effective, and, because the more I find out, I mean, there's lots of things I probably don't really know about this game, but I know enough how to beat the game without 100%ing it. There's a lot of things I don't know. Actually, it's true, I don't know a lot of things, like, because all the way to fully 100% this game, like, I don't have enough experience to do the chocobo races, whatever, etc. But, like, okay, what's more effective for this is when you can actually successfully steal new items. And it helps a little bit to steal from enemies, even if it's the same item, but it doesn't help as much as getting to steal an item you've never stolen before, even if it's something you just bought. That's still true. And I wasn't lying, I just didn't really know, or was not paying attention. Actually, I would say it's both. And I just recently discovered that my AP had gone up through the battles, but it wasn't making enough of a difference. The reason why I'm actually up this far is not just because of that, even though that actually yielded so little AP for the steal. Even when I was actually stealing an item, it actually went up a little bit more than that, because I was stealing an item that I've already stolen before. But it wasn't because of that alone. But actually, I would say more. I got a lot more than that because I was stealing new items that I never stole before with this material. And anyway, it's coupled with that whole entire idea. That's the reason it's up there. Because I would say that generally, that's not to say it wouldn't be a good idea to battle or anything to get AP in it. Just, in other words, don't worry about it, because you're not going to get as much as you think you would. But if you get it, you get it. It's not a big deal. And even then, it's still going to take a long while before you can even get to the next level, let alone maxing it out. But, as they call, even though it's maxing it out, it's like basically you're mastering the material. Once it's mastered, it doesn't really do much other than the fact that, it can. I've heard there's some materia. Now, I can't quote on this because I've never had all my materia mastered out. But, yeah, they don't actually duplicate. I don't know if that's true or not, because again, I've never had all my material be mastered out. I never even waited all the way to the end of the game, just about, unlike a certain someone, which, by the way, yes, I was watching a video of his where he waited, because, or rather, to a point that he was able to go to a place to grind for a lot of AP, which, yeah, I can see how that's more. You stop. Stop it. Stop now. Anyway, yeah, you can get a lot of AP in an area which is later on in the game, which I'm going to go here in a little bit and go make something to eat, because I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's just this whole thing. Oh my. Look at that. He's gone. He lost his fury. That can either happen again if you, like, I say again because I've said this before in another video. I don't remember if I've ever said it on actually recording this when I did it on YouTube, but I do know for the recent videos. Anyway, I don't know if I said it on BitChute, more specifically. But anyway, I don't remember. Anyway, it can either happen if they die, or him, in this case, because he lost his fury, or because there is a certain limit of times that you can have it on there. So, I mean, it can last for, like, what it seems for bloody ages, like forever, because it just sits there, and eventually it disappears. Actually, that's 3 ways, now that I think about it, because, I mean, I really didn't notice it before, but yeah, I mean, I noted that, like, there are a certain few amount of times, which has to be said, I wouldn't know the limit, because I've even been on 4, beyond 4 times that I got my limit up to the full limit break on its own. I have never, well, I did try, but I have never done it before that, and even when I finally got it, I never did, and then when I tried it, it just didn't seem to do anything. And this cheap is to have your limit break always at full. And if you always had it at full, you wouldn't really need furry. You wouldn't think. I don't know. But then again, I guess if they take it away, like if you were like to, use it up in battle, I don't think you would have it. You'd have to let it grow back up again. So I guess, and again, cheat codes sometimes work where it automatically refills it, but not always. So I don't know. I don't like what I hate about these games is the time it takes to load up the next turn. But either way, we're back here again, and we're gonna go to our basic deal here. Just a minute. I'll see you a little bit. Bye bye. Oh, it's this guy. This guy isn't that difficult to deal with. He's actually the most worthwhile opponent that I've ever found on this entire island to face when you're trying to basically level grind, or not really level grind, AP grind. Sorry, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't think about it, but yeah, but that's just actually true. I mean, what the word was. I was trying to. Anyway, it's true. So, for your materia, and that's what you want to do. I mean, this guy may be the easiest to deal with more than anything, and because what you can do is hit him constantly. You just manipulate and have him, and if you don't have your limit breaks to full, use him, because he's by himself for one, which makes it a lot more easier to deal with. And plus, the fact is, if you don't hit him fast enough, he'll pull up his shield. But you can actually hit him fast enough, too, to get him from doing that if you use the Chocobo Mog. Which doesn't always help, but it stops him. The Fat Chocobo can stop him, too, a lot more, but not always. And it also has a chance to, confuse him. But, not always either. Because there is a fat chocobo in this. And, you know, basically this guy right here is, if you need him, I would recommend him. He doesn't give a whole crap ton of AP, but gives you enough to actually grind a lot. It might still take you a while, but it's still a lot more worth it, in my opinion, at this stage of the game. If you're on this island, there's probably other places you can get it at, but right now, if you're here and you just want to go ahead and get it over with, like for the pagoda, or if you want to go, I would like wait till after you at least, you know, again, save your fee and get all your material back, because otherwise it's not worthwhile even bothering with, because a lot of the material you're stuck with may not mean anything. Because see, like, okay, I've also didn't notice this either, but yeah, since we'll go up, I didn't think it would go, but it still yields little to nothing when you're just basically grinding for AP. You know, it's helpful, yes, but not as useful as scanning the opponent. Yeah, you can still scan the same old opponent, but again, like steel, you need just to scan new opponents every time if you want to get effective amounts of AP. And that's especially, I mean, you know, you can get a ton more depending on where you're at and how strong you are. But yeah, you know. Anyway, manipulate can grow too. But anyway, I'll see you later. Before that, let's find out who he is. Yeah, Adaman Tamai. Adam Tamai. I thought it was Tamai. I don't know. Either way, that's who it is. I guess we could find out without doing that. But either way, later. Also, another thing that makes it easy about him is he won't attack you until you attack him. Whether it's, you know, summoning, or actually physically attacking him with limit breaks, or just regular, you know, attacks. So, you know, that's the one thing I gotta say about him. It also makes it easier because, you know, and believe me, it's worthwhile doing it against him if you want to take the time to do it. Any amount of time, even if it's on disc 2 or disc 3. Whenever you want to come over to this island, which I'll guarantee you, at that time, you won't have this airplane. Not to spoil anything, but yeah. Oh yeah. Now there's our car. It's sad that we'll have to lose it. Now either way, let's see. If I remember correctly, the first thing we want to go to right now is not the Temple of the Ancients right now. And, okay, what I had showed you in another video was, I forgot to mention though, is that I went to the one place of the Forest of the Ancients, you know, as a temple for, you know, our sleeping forest, whatever you want to call it, all this. Anyway, I went there, that's how I got to take a shot of materia. There's another materia in there I don't know nothing about. It's called, I think it's Tapoon or something, I don't know. But something about using those guys to get it, I don't know, I'd have to look it up. I'll probably have to watch a doggone video just to see how it's actually performed. Because to be honest, I would no doubt need to do that. Let's see here. Let me just meet you somewhere instead of running around all the time. You know, it's a shame that we also have to be without this thing too. I kind of like it, but even though that what's better is coming up, I still kind of prefer the car for certain entities because, well, I mean, I suppose it wouldn't hurt if I had, well, a gold chocobo, but I'm not going to worry about that. Anyway, we're here at where we need to be at. Doesn't matter where we land, as long as we can land. So, that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to go in here. Well, we've been here before, like I said. First one of two. Should be somebody in here. If not, we'll come back later. Oh, here we go. Finally. Oh, another customer. You sure picked that out of the way place, but if it's the keystone you're looking for, you're too late. Don't have it. Keystone. What, you didn't come here for that? Keystone is the key that unlocks the gate to a very old temple somewhere. You're not going to believe your ears, but I heard it was the Temple of the Ancients. The Temple of the Ancients? Hi-ya, ha 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 ha. What, you Hitchcar? Anyway, don't take it seriously. Don't take it seriously. It's just a legend. So, yeah, you can come in here and hey, don't come barging in here. You can go ahead and explore all you want to. Doesn't make a difference. Huh? Come on, it's only a legend, but if it were true, that sure would be something, huh? Now that you mention it, I have heard something called ultimate destruction magic was supposed to be hidden somewhere in the Temple of Agents. Oh, you might want to keep that in mind. Ultimate destruction. Come on, I told you not to take it seriously, though. I can't believe we actually talked to him from underneath there. That's not supposed to work, but whatever. Okay. Where is the keystone? I said I sold it already. Yeah, well, to tell the truth, I didn't really want to sell it, but that guy had a way about him that made you feel like it may not be a good idea not to sell it to him. Who did you sell it to? The manager of the Gold Sorcerer. Think his name was Dio. He said he was going to put it in his museum, and then he took off out there. Let's change the subject. All the weapons you see here I made myself, but lately I haven't been able to get materials. I'm guessing you can come back here at some point or another. Not that I've ever noticed that whenever I play and actually get something from him, but you know, whatever. So yeah, the next destination will be Temple of the Ancients. Alright, so we'll be right back again. See you in a little bit. You know, the one thing I like about having to be on the water, you don't have to worry about battles, especially if you're running on fast speed. And specifically the ones that are very annoying. I guess what you're supposed to do is actually come up here and then go that way, optionally, or just go to where the Gold Sorcerer is. I don't know how you're supposed to do it in whatever order. Yeah, we are here. And someone else actually dies here. So, it's sad, but that's the reason why you don't see him continue on. I mean, it's not sad in the fact that because I guess he got what he deserved. But still, from a character like, you know, anyway. So now that we know what to do next, we're gonna go. We were supposed to get a cutscene there, but either way, it wouldn't have done us much good until another cutscene would have happened. But either way, in the next episode, we will definitely go Sorcerer, get Dio, and we have to go through some unfortunate things anyway. So what I'll do is off screen is meet you over there, and because I believe we need to go through, well, a certain area that's going to also yield us, which we can't get anyway until I get enough. Well, I'll go over that later. But anyway, it has to do with Cloud's limit break. Anyway, we'll go over that later when the time comes. I don't want to spoil it for you. Don't be watching White Mage Serenia. I haven't either, because I don't want to spoil myself on it, and I don't want, because as it is, I'm getting behind, and, well, we already know what to do. It's just, you know. And the sad thing is that I still wish that Chocobo thing would have worked out. Like, I remember getting it done, where I can actually take the car over here and leave it. Again, I don't know if it still would have disappeared or not, but I do know that we do lose this thing playing for sure. Because I've never, ever in my life have I ever tried to get the car, or even thought about it, over in the location as far as I can get it, which I can't get over here like I can with this. Which, if you don't know, you can only get it up to about as far as back as up here, and that's it. I mean, between this place and on the other side, where the airplane can't reach, but, you know, Highwind can. I mean, our next mode of transportation can. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah. What I'll do is, off-screen, I'll meet you at the Gold Sorcerer, which I'll probably have to take the car to get there, but either way, definitely see you there. Then bye-bye. See you in the DaBLackKing Plays Final Fantasy 7, Episode 9, Part 10, Take 6. Because we're still in the 99th episode, we're taking on the ancient temple, and we're doing what we can to get it done. Because we've already done that, but we're back going to it. The 99th episode, trying to get it done where we last left off in the playthrough. Anyway, except that we won't be able to do the same setup unless some kind of miracle happens in real life and I get a PC and I can somehow basically get up to that point and be like, oh, well, there you go. Or unless somehow files from a mobile can transfer to there. But either way, later.